All right, let's jump on a call with this voice AI for barbershops and let's see how it performs. Let's go.
Hey, this is Mark from Sharpcuts Barbershop. How can I help?
Hey, Mark, can I get a haircut today?
Of course. Would you like to book with Eva, Mabel, or the next available barber?
Could you repeat that? Like, who are the barbers again? I forgot.
No problem. We've got Eva and Mabel, or I can book you with the next available barber. Who would you like?
You know what? Let's try Eva.
Got it. When were you thinking of coming in?
I was. Do you think I could come in tomorrow afternoon?
Sure thing. Let me check availability for tomorrow afternoon with either barber. Hang tight. Good news. We've got a spot tomorrow at 3 p.m. with Eva. Just need your name and phone number to lock it in.
How about we try locking in for 2 p.m. tomorrow?
You're in luck. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Eva is available. Just need your name and phone number to confirm.
All right, awesome, man. So my name is Brian, and my phone number is 415-361-7811.
You're all set, Brian. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Eva. See you then. Looking forward to it.
All right, awesome, man. Thank you so much, man.
You got it, Brian. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. See you. Okay, as you can see, that was a voice assistant. It performed flawlessly, but it could even be better than that. That was a model that I set up in like, I don't know, a couple of hours. But it could be better than that. Ain't that wild? So in this video, we're gonna do a barbershop voice AI assistant, and I know this isn't like really my thing. You guys have already seen that I'm trying to do it with restaurants, but nah, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Restaurants is a tough ass niche to crack. So yeah, I'm trying to pivot over to just hospitality niches in general, and that includes barbershops, nail salons, beauty salons, and yada yada. But yeah, at the end of this video, you're gonna have the whole resources and all the scripts and prompts I've used for the voice assistant. Let's jump right in. Barbershop voice agent. How AI can help barbershops and salons handle calls effortlessly. So just a quick introduction. My name is Brian, and I'm 17 years old. I build AI voice assistants. But anyways, I'm documenting my journey to success. So I'm trying to help other young people on their journey as well, because, bro, I've noticed that like there's not a lot of people like similar to my age or a little younger, or that are, I don't know, trying to get successful, you know? So hopefully I'm able to make a difference. That's me in my high school cafeteria. I still go to that school, by the way. So the problem with barbershops or just salons is that barbers, they struggle with phone calls, or at least some of them do. So here's the thing. Too many calls disrupt appointments. So let's say you're in the middle of a cut, you're fading someone off, and you just start getting that dun, 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 you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you lost your flow. Your client is unhappy. I don't know, they got a bald spot because the phone was so scary or startling. But yeah, too many calls disrupt appointments, and walk-ins and bookings are a little hard to track. Usually if someone books in online or on the app, yeah, it's pretty easy to track. You just log into the sheet or something. But if someone just walks right in, it might be a little like repetitive to just like write it down on paper or just log it into a spreadsheet. Wasted time manually scheduling, we already covered that. Frustrated customers with long wait times. Voice AI for barbershops. Yeah. So AI handles incoming calls 24/7. One of the beautiful things about that is while you're sleeping, your AI is still working strong for you. It can literally book an appointment for you at like 12 at midnight. I don't know why someone would call at 12 at midnight, but if someone did, it could book the appointment. And then the voice AI, this is one of the cool things about it. It can give estimated wait times for walk-ins. And also, voice AI, it sounds natural and friendly, like not robotic. I'm gonna be serious. I've already let a couple of my friends demo my voice AI, and like the first thing it said was like, "Oh my god, Brian, is this a person?" I was like, "No, bro, that's AI. I just told you." That's how beautiful it is. But anyways, moving on. Why AI is a game changer. Salons and barbershops that use voice AI experience 40% fewer missed calls during peak hours. That's a pretty big deal. 25% more booked appointments due to the 24/7 call handling feature. Some people might call at like 7 p.m. to book an appointment the next day, but AI will just handle all that for you. Before hours and off hours, you could just go chill, live your life. You don't gotta worry about answering a call. And then 20% increase in revenue from improved scheduling. 2+ hours saved daily by automating repetitive calls. And this would probably cover across the whole barbershop, but not just one person. But yeah, 2 hours is a lot. Imagine 2 hours like just focusing on delivering to your client instead of just answering a call to book. That's a big game changer. How it works, we're gonna see how it works. Let's go. So number one, the customer calls the barbershop, and then AI answers with a friendly tone. And then step 3, the AI will ask, are you booking an appointment or are you checking availability, and which barber? So, and then for like step 4, the AI syncs in with Google Calendar to find open slots. And then step 5, the AI confirms and sends SMS reminders if needed. This is actually one of the big selling points of this thing. It can send SMS reminders. So like usually someone might call a barbershop, they set an appointment, but then what if they don't come, right? What if they come, the barber loses the whole like 30-minute time slot. But the cool thing about the AI is you could actually set up SMS reminders. So whenever you book an appointment, like a text message will come to your phone number and it'll say, hey, you booked for this time with this barber, do you want to cancel? Please type cancel if you do. So that's how it works, really simple. And then end call, yeah. These are the features that barbers will love. So number 1, easy appointment bookings, because it's integrated with Google Calendar, or really it can integrate with anything you want. It handles peak hours like a breeze. It's incredible how much like calls voice AI can actually take. I don't know, it could take like upwards of like 100 to even more than that, like at a time. And it could take customer details and special requests. And estimated walking times are automatic. Like the AI will just calculate it on the spot. No more missed calls equals more bookings and revenue. This is the key point of having the voice AI in the first place. All right, tutorial time. We're gonna see how we build this Retell AI voice assistant, and later I'm gonna give you all the prompts you need. Okay, now we're gonna actually see the Retell assistant and like how it works. So here we are. So since I haven't really done any videos on Retell, I'm gonna actually like, explain it on the go. So here we made a single prompt voice agent, and single prompt is basically you just use one universal prompt. There's options like multi-prompt, there's options like conversational flow, and just for this like specific simple demo, you only need single prompt. Here is our universal or global prompt. This is the whole thing, and we have these separated by headings. The first heading is role. This is where it'll explain who the agent is, like where they work at, and like what they do. And here they'll have context. Let's see, Sharp Cuts Barbershop has 2 barbers, Ava and Mabel, and customers can book a specific barber or choose the next available one. Appointments are managed via Google Calendar with Make.com handling. Yeah, we don't need that. But yeah, here it also includes the store hours, just so the AI won't actually accidentally book in for like, I don't know, midnight. You don't want that to happen. But here we have task. This is where you're gonna list what the AI is responsible for doing. So let me read a few one. Check availability for appointments, and then book appointments based on customer preferences. So that's just a few ones. Also, it's really important to have a sample dialogue. This is how the Retell or the AI will know like how am I supposed to talk, by giving an example. So we have this here. Hey, this is Mark from Sharp Cuts Barber. How can I help? So that's that. And there's some logic handling, like if they specify a barber, Mark will say, got it, when were you thinking? Or if they say any available barber, Mark will say, got it, when would you like to come in? Here we have key points, and then like here, another key point is that if both barbers are booked, Mark will ask, looks like we're fully booked at the time, want me to check another day? Here's our last heading. If the customer asks something unrelated, like what styles do you offer, Mark can just say, I'll recommend asking Eva or Mabel directly when you come in. And also one of the cool things about this is that a lot of business owners are actually kind of skeptical of voice AI, because like, what if the AI asks something like an emergency, or asks something like that it can't answer? The simple solution is literally to just transfer the call. But yeah, like let's say the customer asks, hey, you guys gave my son a freaking buzz. We wanted him to get a low taper. And then the customer's all mad. They're threatening to sue the damn store. And then obviously AI can't handle that, bruh. It's not gonna handle some like raging mom. So it's gonna transfer the call to a real person so they can handle it. But I mean, we all wish if the AI could just handle the like mad people or like troubled people in general. But nah, it can transfer calls. All right, so that's that. And down here we have the welcome message. So this is where you're gonna get to change like Do you want the AI to speak first, or do you want the human to speak first? Here we have AI initiates first. We set it to make sure that every call will start off with that message. And one of the cool things I like about like Retell is that it just the whole UI just looks so clean and so premium. You ain't gonna see this with Vappy, bro. Vappy looks like it was created by a kindergartner. It looks broke. It looks cheap. Retell just got that like premium feel to it, you know. Here we can change our voice settings. I personally like to have a male voice because like they just sound more clear to me, honestly. And then you have your models. I know it's tempting to set your model to GPT-4o mini. Like it's so cheap, like 0.006 cents a minute. But honestly, it's just way better to just set it to 4.0. Like you'll get way more better results, less errors, and like it's just worth it in the long run. And you can set the language to something else with Retell. That's pretty cool. So let's look at this side right here. This is all the cool settings you could do to your voice AI. So here's functions. Functions is basically like a set of instructions to run whenever the AI needs. So here we have our two like biggest functions: check availability and book appointment. It's pretty straightforward. The AI will run the check availability when it wants to see if the Google Calendar is fully booked or clear. And then book appointment, this function will actually book the appointment using your name, your phone number, any notes and stuff like that. Really quickly, I want to show you guys how this would look like. So let's check in. And here we have our description. Make sure you actually fill in the description. Don't leave it blank. You have to let the AI know when to run this function so it can get a better idea. So let's see. Checks if a requested date and time is available for a specific barber or any available barber using Google Calendar via make.com. If unavailable, suggest the closest available time slot. Here is our URL. If you don't know what the URL is, I'm gonna explain a bit. And here is our parameters. So while the AI is like taking a call with the customer, it'll ask a bunch of questions like, hey, can I get your name? Hey, can I get your phone number? And while it's asking these questions, it'll actually like record it in its database, and that database it will be sent over to another backend platform, which is called make.com. We're gonna see that in a bit, but yeah, here we have our customer phone variable. Variable is just a way to store information. So obviously customer phone, this variable would store something like 415-939-6024. And here's our description. This is just to give the AI a basic understanding of what the variable does. You don't gotta worry about like type strings. And honestly, if you want to make this parameters, you could just go to ChatGPT and ask it to make one for you. You don't need to know all these complex coding stuff. Most of the time, like I just go straight to ChatGPT to get advice or to help it teach me something. Okay, so knowledge base. This is where you're gonna actually be able to give information to the AI beforehand. Here you can add a PDF of like, I don't know, a document of including your store hours, FAQs, like location and all that store information that AI wouldn't know beforehand. And in speech settings, we set our background sound to coffee shop. I've checked out these other ones, but in my opinion, this is like the best one. And I set the background volume there we go. Interrupt settings, we could set this to 0.9. We want the AI to be able to just shut up as soon as someone starts talking. And back channeling is enabled. So basically what back channeling is that while the AI is calling the customer, it will say like filler words like yeah, oh. So like yeah, filler word to make it sound more human. We leave this off because we don't really need it. It just adds latency. Latency is just like how long the AI takes or responds to. Okay, and other than that, we're all cool. Call settings, we tone this down to 20 seconds to make sure like after someone calls and just stops talking for like 20 seconds, the AI will automatically hang up. We don't want to be burning our credits, do we? And then maximum call duration, we set that to 5 minutes. Other than that, there's not much else. So the cool thing about Retell is that it actually lets you test the AI voice assistant without actually like calling it. So this is great if you're like, I don't know, working in a library or working at school, which is where I'm usually working, But yeah, let's try that. Hey, this is Mark from Barbershop. How can I help? Hey, can I book an appointment? So it's literally the same as how you would talk to an voice AI on the test call. Yeah, so you've already seen how it works. Okay, now we're gonna get to look at make.com. As you guys have already remembered, we had one function that actually, let's see. We had one function that checked availability. So this is the backend. Once the AI is ready to check availability, it'll send all that information like name and time of booking. It'll send it straight to this thing. This is called the webhook. It'll listen to it and it'll receive it. So let's look. See, I press run once and it's waiting to get information sent to it. But we're gonna stop it. Okay. After information is received, it's gonna send it over to this ChatGPT module. This ChatGPT module is responsible for changing the raw time over to PST time. If you don't know what PST time, that's just one of my time zones. Like, cause I live in San Francisco, that's just my time zone. You guys might be GMT, CET. There's a lot of different ones. Let's take a look real quick. I'm gonna run through this really quickly. So if you guys don't know how like modules work, I'm gonna just run through this real quickly. We have roles which we could set it to just to give AI like an idea of like what it's supposed to do. So this one is set to developer and system. We have just asked the customer when they would like to book a meeting. Actually, let's change this to book an appointment. You will be provided with the current date and time, and the response, you must output a date and time they would like to book in date and time format. Only output date and time in ISO format. If you guys don't know what ISO is, it's just straightforward time format. ISO is just another way to set format a time. So yeah, here it would look something like this. Here for our role, we set it to user. Just let me explain to you guys real quickly, like how does role and how does user work. Let's say I opened up ChatGPT right now and typed this into the chat. Okay, and after that, I would type this in and click send. And then the output is literally the output of this module. I'm sorry if that didn't make sense, but yeah, I'll try my best next time. So this is the current time and date. We're gonna take the current date, like right now, like for me right now, it'd be 6:35 p.m. We would take the current date and we would change it to a different format. We would change it to like day, month, year, and then Los Angeles. Make sure you guys set this to your own city. Okay. This is when the user would like to book, and we put a dynamic variable. If you guys don't know what a dynamic variable is, it's just like the data sent from the Retell over to make.com. So this is the date and time variable. So remember, like Retell would capture the date and time that you would like to book. It'll send it to make.com, and here you can actually you can take that and put it onto here so you could use it for your modules. If I said like 2 p.m. tomorrow, it would literally just put, instead of this thing, it would put in 2 p.m. tomorrow. So that's why it's called a dynamic variable, because it can change. Yeah. All right, save that. And then after we converted the time formatting, we have a router. A router is basically like how the AI should handle the pathing. Like paths. So at this fork, it will send out 3 routers, and the process will run in 3 directions instead of just like 1. So this has just been 1 router so far, but this is 3 connections. This is just 1 direct path. So you see these 4 Google Calendar modules. Basically, these are connected to the specific barber. This one is connected to Ava's calendar. This one's connected to Mabel, and this one is connected to like any. When the automation is running, it'll go for this one first. It'll check if the barber requested is Eva. So if the barber name is equal to Eva, then it will run for this and ignore the rest. But if the barber name is Mabel, like right here, Mabel, then it will only run for this one. And if these 2 are not true, it'll go down to this one as a fallback. Barber name set to any. This module is get free and busy information. So this module specifically, it allows you to look for a certain time slot and see if it's like available or not. To do that, you'd have to set like a minimum time and a maximum time. So let's say we'd want to check the availability for 2 o'clock to 2:30 o'clock. minimum time would be 2 p.m. and then the maximum time would be around 2:30 p.m. So as you can see, we have our result from the previous ChatGPT module. The result was the time formatted spitted in ISO format. And then we're gonna add 30 minutes to that because we want to see like the time slot within 30 minutes range. And like, yeah, that's set to Eva's calendar. So the same thing goes for the rest of these. Mabel is also connected to Mabel's account. So let's look at this one, for example. At this router, we're going to see, is the time slot available? So let's take a look at this filter. If there is no event at the start of this time period or time slot, like look, it does not exist. If there's nothing at the start of the event, and it does not exist, then it will go on to this final webhook, which is just a response back to Retell. It'll say something like, hey, here's your date and time that you booked for Ava, and availability is true. So your time slot with Ava is available. Let me go ahead and book it for you. However, if it is not available and it turns out that there was actually one event that was at the beginning of a time slot, then it'll just go down to this fallback. This is another route, and here this whole thing is literally meant to suggest a few other time slots. Okay, it looks like my battery, it looks like my camera overheated for a second. So let's get back into this real quick. It will make a variable called day, and it will take the time formatting from that thing and convert it into the start of the day. So let's say the start of the day is usually at 12 a.m. From minimum 12 a.m. to maximum the next day, it'll capture all the free and busy time slots. And then here we will transfer it to JSON. I'm not gonna really explain how JSON works. It'll just take all the busy time slots and put it in a way where the computer can read it. Okay, and then here in this ChatGPT module, we're gonna convert the UTC time formatting to PST, which is my time zone. We really need to check that. But make sure when you guys are like uploading this voice assistant or this make scenario, you have to change this PST to your own time zone. But yeah, I don't know, you might be in CET or GMT, but yeah. So this is where the interesting stuff happens. So the AI will take all the unavailable times and suggest you the most closest nearest time slots available. Okay, let's take a look. Please recommend 3 alternative 30-minute time slots, and here are the times that are not available, and it'll send back and here is a time slot that they tried to book in, but it's not available. The ChatGPT module will not output one of the unavailable times, and it will not output the time that you selected since it's not available. And you will provide it. This is the current time. You must make sure that it is not earlier than this. Okay. And do not suggest any time before 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. after 7 p.m. And that is just the store hours of the location that I'm doing this for. You'll have to set it up to be your own location or your store hours. Please recommend 3 times I would be available for booking, and output the times as if you were speaking as a person. And then generate a message to the user. So the user has just been recommended a few time slots that you could book in. Please output a message for user. Alright, here are the recommended time slots from the previous one. So basically what this ChatGPT module does is it just takes all the unavailable time slots and put it in a way that a human can understand. So instead of just like listing it out like 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., it'll actually make a sentence just like how a human would. It'll say something like, hey, we have you booked. We have available slots for 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 4 p.m. Any of those sound good to you? So yeah, instead of having something robotic, you can have something that actually sounds human-like. And lastly, we have a webhook here. This will take the human response and it will take the suggested times. And then literally the Mabel calendar is literally this one is literally just the same thing as this one. And then here we have our router that goes for like when a customer wants to choose any available slot with any barber. So the way this system works is it just checks availability for Eva first and then checks availability for Mabel after if it's not available. We could, in the future, you could actually change this to be something more like less biased. So if I were actually to implement this for a barbershop, Eva will be getting more clients, and it would be not fair to Mabel, who's sitting at the back. So yeah, if you would have to make an unbiased approach to this, you would probably have a random number generator, and that would, like, I don't know, randomly generate a number between 1 and 2. If it is equal to 1, it'll send it to Ava. Equal to 2, it'll send it to Mabel. But that's just one example of how you would remove the biases. Here we have another router where it'll check, is Ava available? If not, it'll check it to Mabel. If Mabel is not available, it'll go down here. If she is, it'll go up here. Let's say both barbers are not available. We won't actually go through the pain process of just going through all of this. We're just gonna say, hey, both of them are not available. Please choose another time that works for you. And lastly, we have our book appointment thing. Let's check that out. Book appointment. All right, this is way more simple than check availability. The check availability is so big and so complex, but this one's pretty straightforward. Literally, all you do is you take the information, you change it to PST time formatting, and then you route it to either Ava or Mabel. If it is Ava, it'll go to up here to create an event on their Google Calendar. If it is Mabel, it'll go down here, and then yeah, it'll just create. Let's check it out really quickly. Okay, set to Ava's calendar. Event name is, so let's say this variable would equal to Brian. It'll say Brian's appointment. Okay, and we have our start date set to the output from the ChatGPT. This is the PST formatting, and then we're gonna leave the end date blank. We're just gonna set to 30-minute time duration. And then for the description, we're gonna put something like appointment for Brian, time at, I don't know, 2 p.m. Here's their phone number if you want to contact them or whatever. And that's that. So the way this would actually work for a barbershop is that each time they get an appointment, they're gonna manually have to fill it out on their Google Calendar, and then once that's done, and that's it. And then the voice AI could actually like tell or figure out if they're busy or not. It's a little extra step, but it's just better than like having to answer all these calls, doing all these manual stuff. That's about it. So I'm gonna be providing all these templates for absolutely free in the description below. So make sure you check that out. I also left a couple notes for where you would probably want to change your time zone, or if you want to change your time zone or store hours or stuff like that. You can totally make this. You can totally customize it to your own, I don't know, barbershop. But pretty much this is ready to sell and go. So yeah, copy and paste this. Pitch out, send a couple DMs to restaurant barbershops or nail salons, and then you're gonna be booking sales, man. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be doing a couple more videos on my cold calling processes, or like a lot of other videos. But yeah, keep in check. I'm gonna do a progress report in a couple days. But yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is my video. I am your go-to guy for voice assistants, and I am the young entrepreneur that will help you succeed and make you a millionaire. Okay, see you guys. Have a nice day.